Hello and welcome to RT Go, our new podcast series. We are turning 10 next year, and we would love to share our stories and experiences with you. Our journey has taken us to many new places, and we've met many wonderful people along the way. Through RT Go, we want to introduce you to some of our friends from across the country who have opened up their homes to welcome strangers, who have in turn become their friends. Artigo will give you a glimpse of their homes, their beautiful city or village, their culture, their food, and of course, their amazing hospitality. So come, travel with us. Today, let's take you to the land of palaces and forts and amazing food, of course, Rajasthan. Let me introduce you to Anukraman Singh Rathore, who along with his wife Shivraj, run the Bhagwanpura Homestead in Jaipur. Welcome, Anukraman. Kamagani. Let me start by asking you, you live in Raula Bhagwanpura, your ancestral home, which is close to 50 years old. So yes. What prompted you to open up your home to guests as a homestead?
See, we had some rooms spare, and I am into automotive adventure sports, and people always could see my office is also in the same campus. So people would come to the place, would see the pictures on the internet and all. So they would ask, can we live here when we come for the expeditions and all that? So we finally decided, let's begin with a room or two. And in late 80s, my parents also had been registered for bed and breakfast scheme of Rajasthan tourism. Okay. But that time the culture and the people traveling and the guests we initially got, so it was a bit of cultural shock for us. So they stopped entertaining guests and had shut down the homestead then. And now the travelers have also learned a lot how to use a homestay, and when the family is staying alongside, so how to stay. It's not a hotel, so you cannot live that freely. You cannot have to behave in certain manner when you are staying with a family. So that was a cultural shock which made us stop that at that time. But now with the evolution, we have also learned, and the travelers also have learned, and because of the same reason, we have not put up a board outside. So anyone who comes to our place comes with a reference or through internet only, so we know who we are welcoming.
That is wonderful to know. And you prefer having guests stay for a longer time, right?
Yes. Say if a guest comes for 2 days or 3 days, Jaipur is a huge town for 2-3 days. At least it takes, according to me, if one has to do Jaipur, it will take around 5 days.
Correct.
So the objective of ours to open up is to make new friends, to make our other businesses reach out to people, to make our culture, make our heritage, to reach out to people. So if the traveler does not have a time for talking to me, that is not going to happen. And this is not a sheer business venture. I'll charge for the room. We are very flexible with the charges also. So we prefer doing a longer stay. So he'll have time, the traveler will have time talking to us, enjoying a meal with us. Otherwise, he'll come in tired, he'll go to sleep. We've not, for the same reason, we've not put up any televisions in the rooms. So either he watches on his phone or laptop, or comes out, talks to us, meet us. So that is what we want them to do. We have made a garden, and we want people to enjoy that garden. And the reason we want them to come out to the garden is that might inspire them to go green. So even if they have a balcony, they don't have a large space to put up a garden, but they might put up a balcony garden and all. And we make sure we keep multiplying and developing plants. So we definitely, when the guests part, we present them with a plant or two or whatever plants they like.
How
So
lovely.
we keep that ready for the guests. So the
That's
objective is to keep them outdoors.
That's so wonderful to know. So tell me, what is a typical day like for a guest when they are staying with you? Can you tell us some of the experiences that they can get when they stay with you?
See, our rooms are equipped with the pantry. If the guest does not want to come out, he is he can cook inside. He can make his tea. Everything inside. We have utensils and everything inside. Otherwise, if he comes out, we'll offer him a tea or something. And if it's meal time, we do offer food also. And if they want some cooking demonstration of our heritage dishes, which have been in the family for ages, we don't know when they came into the kitchen. So we do offer those food experiences. I myself am a travel guide also. I run a small travel agency, and we do offbeat stuff. And we started doing Jaipur walks in 2011, and walking experiences for travelers. And we do give camping experiences, adventure. I run a motorsport company. So if somebody wants to be a part of something happening, we have expeditions. So it has happened. There used to be a lady guest with us. She stayed for around 4 months with us. So, and she became a part of one of our expeditions. And she still comes to our events, and she's a regular with our adventure company. So we offer lot many experiences: walks, craft walks, food walks, heritage walks, all kind of experiential travelers. So the parent company of Bhagwanpura Homestead is West Motorsports, which is one of the 2-3 experiential tourism companies registered with Rajasthan Tourism. So we do offer a lot of experiences, and we customize it to the need of the traveler.
Okay. And in terms of, any craft or musical experiences, do you arrange any such, maybe meeting with the artisans, learning a new craft,
Yes,
etc.?
yes. That is what we do. We do not take the travelers to the curio shops or museums or artifact showrooms. We prefer taking them to the artisans directly. And we do arrange musical evenings with the folk Rajasthani singers. Uh, this, there are who've been singing for us for ages. So the couple comes in and do the singing for them. So we do not put up any speakers and all that Bollywood, Hollywood, rock, jazz. We try and lure them into. See, we'll arrange musical evening for you. We have a fire pit in the garden, so they can do the barbecue also if they want, and have the singers performing besides that. It's not a huge space, but we made sure it can accommodate people.
That's so good to know. So food seems to play a very large part in your home, because I think both you and Shivraj and also your kids, when they are home, they like cooking, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
you make your own pickles and laddus and arrange cooking demonstrations. Tell us a little about it, and how does your your love for permaculture, how does this all tie in together?
See, the food has always been a important part of the family. My grandmother, both from my paternal and maternal sides, they also loved food and would do wonderful recipes and dishes, which some of them we have missed out on recording them, and they're lost, sadly. But we did record some of those recipes which we are continuing with, and we do not go to the internet and look for the recipes. We are continuing with what was happening in the house. So my parents also had a great love for food. So with the season, the pickles would change. With the season, the laddus would change. But laddu has always been part of the breakfast in our home. So an evening snack or whenever one has some craving, so laddu would be the go-to thing. And so people, we didn't want to do it commercially, but people did ask initially, please do some laddus for us also. Then they started saying, if you don't do it commercially, we are not going to get it from them. And they basically emotionally blackmailed us and got into this business. So we still do for few clients. We do make laddus. Diwali is the prime season because people do not know that there are laddus for summers also. So we have laddus which can be had in summers. We have gulab ka laddu, we have soft ka laddu, and they are equally nutritious for all across ages, all across medical conditions. Even for expecting mothers, they are very good. And they'll in the summer laddus, gulab and soft are good for cooling you down also. So we keep the sugar to minimum, and we but the dry fruits and the nutrition quotient is very high. And permaculture, the garden, the love. My parents established the gardening with the house in 80s, 81, I think, if I'm correct. So at that time there were used to be no good nurseries in Jaipur. So they got the plants from Uttar Pradesh, Agra, Lucknow, and Kanpur. So they got a truckload from there, and then they had put up the garden. So people would come in and see the garden. We want to see your garden. We've heard about your garden. So and so being brought up in a house with a garden, and everybody would praise. But slowly, I learned the lawns. At that time also we had a fruit garden, we had a vegetable garden, but we had a huge lawn. So what the change I brought in was I reduced the lawn area and converted the rest of the area into a fruit forest.
Wow.
So we grow around 10-15 kind of herbs. We have 10-15 kind of water plants. Then there's every species has say around 10 colors of water lilies, other plants, the Easter lilies are there, day lilies are there. So, and then we learned we should focus on the food. And so the trees what we opted for especially native and fruit bearing. So that this brings in many birds, butterflies. So now we see the birds coming to our place are grey Indian hornbill comes to the place, shikra comes to the place. We are get kingfishers. It's a small place, but we get 50 plus species of birds to my place.
How wonderful.
So, there are around, I think, 20-25 varieties of fruits growing. And we are extending the garden to the terrace also. So there also we are planning to put up native trees and fruit trees only. And we do not throw away. Recently, monkeys also have started to come to our place. And monkeys are known to destroy the gardens. But I didn't think of once even to shoo them away. And being lucky, they have not destroyed a single stem of any plant. They just come, eat what they want to eat, pick up some fresh leaves, and they go away. So birds, I think we are blessed and lucky, and the growing the homestead, the plants, fruit trees, and all that has helped us a lot. And it makes me very happy when children of other friends and come and they see the plants and they get curious. We run a small plant exchange group also. So we have the youngest member of that group is a class 5 student.
Okay.
So the objective is to make people stay outdoors, to care for nature. We develop around 300 to 400 tree saplings and get them planted on our cost. We don't charge anything. We just make sure the person who will, or the organization who's getting those plants will take care of the plants. So we do that plantation also. So that is the love for nature, and we do only fruit and shade plants, trees.
Shade-bearing plants. And
Yes.
you also make your own compost, because there's nothing from your
Yes.
kitchen that you throw away. It's all natural and
Any-
organic.
Yeah, 100%. All the kitchen and garden waste is managed in the house itself. Compost we have, and now we are overflowing with the material. The soil has changed. Any seed which falls, it grows. We have mulberries, so the fruits fall, and we'll end of monsoons, we'll have around 15-20 mulberry trees growing. So we pick them up and put them in bags and get them ready for the plantation. We keep the mango seeds of our tree and the mangoes we get from the market, and we do sow them to make the saplings. So moringa trees, saplings. So that is how we do it. So and that has happened because the soil is completely organic and the humus in the soil has increased so much that it's become very healthy.
That's
The
lovely
soil-
to know, because, in a climate like Rajasthan, where people normally think Rajasthan desert, but,
Yes.
the fact that you have this little oasis in the middle of a city, this is so good to know. And you
we have-
encourage your travelers, your guests, to sit out in the garden, to
Yes.
enjoy, sitting with you and, hearing the stories, etc. That's really wonderful.
Thank you.
So you were also saying that, in the beginning, when your parents first opened the homestead, it was a little challenging, because maybe the travelers at that point of time had not evolved. But, today, when we are sitting in 2024, we know that travel is a passion with most people in the world. So, how do you think the traveler has changed? And what, as a host, you are the host, what is your expectation from the traveler? We always think of the expectation of the traveler, but you as a host must also have some expectation from people who come and stay with you. So tell us a little bit about that.
We expect them to be outdoors when they are at the homestead. We expect them to be outside. We want them to ask about the fruits, the trees. We don't mind sharing the fruits with them. So basically, we don't expect much. Just the behavior of the traveler is what we expect. That the behavior should be decent, because the family is living
Yes.
with here in the same compound, and on the same floor there's a single floor house. So that is what we expect and want from the travelers. Nothing much that we want.
This sounds wonderful. Tell me another thing. When we think of Rajasthan, we normally think of the winter months to go, because it's hot in summers. As a host, and you've been running Rala Bhagwanpura for a long time, do you see the seasonality, the guest travel patterns changing according to the seasons? Or do you get enough guests in summer as well?
See, I myself into travel business, as I run expeditions and all that. So we need to shift to the particular regions, focus on particular areas according to the season. So I have my 5 expeditions running throughout the year. The oldest one is 13 years old. Now it was the 14th year. So in monsoon time we do a particular region. In winter time we do a particular region. And in peak of summers in April we go out to the mountains in
Mountains.
Uttarakhand and Himachal. So that has to be kept in mind. My place we doing the long stays, so we don't face that challenge. So our place can go empty at any point of time, and then it can be full at the harshest of the summer time or the harshest of the winters. Winters everybody enjoys. So and Rajasthani winters are wonderful.
Absolutely.
At my place, you can see frost forming on the motorbikes, on the cars in winters for last 3-4 years, and that I think also is due to plantation we have done. And I'm encouraging my neighbor also. I offer them trees. I'll give you the trees. You just plant them. I'll give you my staff also to help you out. You just take care. So that will help my microclimate to extend to the neighborhood also.
Absolutely.
So
That's
that
what permanent. Yeah.
That will also help my ecosystem also.
Right. And you are also thinking of moving on to solar power in a few years, right?
Yes.
That's one of the wishes you have.
The target is to by next season. By next summers, we have to shift on to solar panels.
Solar power. That's so good to know. You know, I mean, talking to you, I can't wait to travel. And I'm sure people who are watching this podcast, they can't wait to get in touch with you. You are on all the major platforms. If people need to find you for booking, you are also on Instagram and Facebook. And, you know, we see the wonderful pictures that you put up of the birds, the bees, butterflies that come into the garden, and also the variety of flowers that you grow and the fruits. So that is so good to know. Thank you, Anukraman, for joining us. Viewers, we have to tell you now that the Bhagwanpura Homestead was the gold winner in the recently concluded Indian Responsible Tourism Awards, State Awards in Rajasthan for 2023. The gold winner. Congratulations once again. And so before you leave, we would love to play the video of the Bhagwanpura Homestead. Pack your bags, viewers. You must visit Jaipur, Rajasthan. And when you go, do look up Anukraman, stay with his family, and experience the amazing hospitality of Rajasthan. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
If anybody likes a plant or a tree, I make sure he takes it from my place. I am Anukraman Singh. We are at the Bhagwanpura Homestead. The homestay is based on the concept of permaculture and homesteading. Any leaf which falls does not go outside my house. It is composted here. We have underground compost bins also. We have not put any televisions or anything inside the rooms, and want the travelers to come here and have long stays and enjoy the outdoor spaces instead of staying inside. I also love to cook. We have our own recipes of laddus, pickles, food dishes. Every day we wash our plants so that the pollinators have easy access to shallow water. Some birds also drink from the leaves. The soil has become so rich. If whatever seed falls, it grows.